Art and character designs provided by Demon Artie. Be sure to follow her over on Twitter at ArtieDemon. Want to be first to have access to early artwork, concept sketches, exclusive art that can't be seen anywhere else? Then support Demon Artie over on her Patreon. Link in description below. Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 Podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sin.
And 15 PCA.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord. Link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Star Trek Picard, Episode 6, The Impossible Box.
What a dumb.
All these titles are just hokey. I don't know.
Yeah.
The original, even next, all the Trek series always had funny titles, but just this one just irks me a little more.
Because it's bad writing.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
and but I will say this episode is the best episode so far.
Yeah, it's still not passable because the first part, but the second part wasn't bad.
This would be like watching someone run the 100-meter hurdles, hit every single hurdle, then they clear one, and you're just so happy that they cleared one. It's like, you kind of did
It
it.
almost feels like, even though it was only one, I feel like there were two different writers in this.
Yeah,
episode.
and it gets good towards the end of the episode. This is a 54-minute episode.
Oh, it's pretty long.
So the last 15 minutes are kind of okay.
It weren't bad. Felt
But-
like Star Trek.
But overall,
Bad.
still, instead of an F plus, it's a D minus.
It's a D minus. It's a 5. It's a 5 out of 10.
But if you compare, but if you're gonna just say overall Trek everything, it's still an F.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but just compared to just Picard the series, it's a D minus.
Yeah.
We start out and it's like a dark and stormy night, like a scary movie.
Yeah, this felt like a real scary movie.
So
like,
we
what is
see
this?
it's young Soja, and I'm thinking, okay, it's a nightmare, and we're like, how could she have memories unless she's like, oh, these are like implanted fake
Yes.
memories, or did she always grow? Can she grow?
I don't think she can. I think these were just implants.
She was always an adult.
Yes.
So, but why give her these memories? Did they want her to find out? See, they kind of allude to that they want her to discover her own.
Maybe that's like maybe a calling to find where she comes from. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah, I'm guessing, but when we
family.
we'll talk more about that when they actually start discussing it. But then she sees her father, and then hears him go, Soja, and then she wakes up like, oh, okay, she was having a nightmare, and of course she's sleeping with what's his face again.
Oh yeah, because that's all they do.
And according to this, he's only been on the ship for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So they're already 2 weeks. She's sleeping with this guy multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
Slept with him the first time she met him. What? Data, your daughter's a...
I know,
she's
my
a
goodness.
floozy.
Yeah. Your other daughter wasn't like that at all, but this one's like, my goodness.
I'm hoping that other daughter was actually dating that guy for a little while.
Yeah.
But she's laying in bed and she's like, oh, I had a nightmare. And these scenes go on forever.
Yeah.
So, but basically he's still planting those seeds of self-doubt about what's going on. It's like, oh, what was your dream about? So I dream about it all the time. And he's almost like a psychiatrist. So what do you think that means? He's doing that whole like,
That's weird.
your
That's
boyfriend of 2 weeks shouldn't be talking to you like this. It's just
No.
weird.
Why couldn't it be that it was at least a few months? You know what I'm saying? 5-6 months, they'll feel a little more natural.
And like they're under the covers, like
you
under the
put them on
sheet.
the cover, and it's like, couples do that, but I don't want. This isn't Star Trek.
Of 2 weeks.
No.
And then he's talking about all those secrets and, oh, don't you have secrets? And they just drop these weird things I never knew about Romulans. So what's your real name? Romulans have names for everyone else, and the names just like their family names. This never came up once, ever.
I've never
In
heard
all of
this.
Trek everything.
I don't know. Maybe guys, you could say who. I
For
read
wrong?
all maybe the books or comics, but I seriously doubt there's any. Never.
Remember,
heard this in Star Trek.
Romulans have 2 doors. One for everyone else and one that's for... Remember
And
that
then
whole...
one that's a slave name.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
what is this?
Tell me your slave name. What is all this weird adding this extra mythology to the Romulans that sounds very Vulcanish?
Yeah, well, you're gonna. That's a
Yeah,
thing
it
that
happens
we talk
really
about.
bad towards the end. But it's like, why do this?
No, it's dumb. It doesn't. Romulans would abhor that. They hated
It
Vulcans.
reminds me how in Discovery they made the Klingons the keepers of the time crystals. Like, why add that to that? Why
It's
do
weird.
it?
It's stupid. It makes no sense.
So he gets kind of miffed with her, and then so well, your secrets. Well, how about your secrets? And he's getting ready for work. He got his morning quickie back to work.
Yeah.
We get to the back to the ship with Picard and the doctor lady, and I'm thinking, how is she gonna explain this? How is she gonna explain killing that doctor? How is she gonna explain the EMH going, excuse me, Captain, she killed him? They don't explain it.
No, but they don't treat the EMH like he's
They
stupid.
recorded nothing.
No, nothing. No knowledge of it, anything. And you can look at the medical thing saying, oh, wait a minute, it would say, oh...
Yeah, she turned off his stuff, his life support.
This is Star Trek time.
So-
They have all that.
So she's explaining this to Picard, his injuries and and like basically made up a lie, and Picard gets the wool pulled over his eyes. He falls for it.
Oh yeah, no checking.
He didn't check the medical records. The EMH didn't pop in saying, "Oh yeah, when someone dies on my effing medical bay, I'm gonna want to know about it."
Not only that, this is Captain Picard. He'd be thorough. He wouldn't just take her word for it.
No, because he's just a sappy boy.
Yeah, sure.
It's kind of odd that Elnor, he's being kind of treated like, I don't know, like a stupid little kid. Because he tries to sit down and he's talking about like, oh, I can feel that, because he can sense like the animosity and like the feelings. But he's sensing because she killed him, but he's thinking it's grief, but it's actually, he can sense it, but he doesn't know that he can sense it. And like they kind of both give him like this look of like, what do you do? Like, I don't know why they treat him
they
this
were talking about the Borg, and he's like, what's the Borg? And they treat him like an idiot. Well, he doesn't know.
The whole thing about Locutus and all that.
He didn't know all that.
And then, because the Borg stuff, and then we talked about this, like, didn't he, like, kind of get over that in First Contact?
Yeah, a little bit. I think, okay, I get it's not a little bit, but they really poured on thick.
Like, he's almost like, like, passing out from it.
It's too much.
It should be more of a thing, like, I'm going to go to my quarters, and he sits down, and he just sits in his chair, and he's just, like, thinking about it. Here, he's almost, like, passing out.
Yeah. Really
Again, the dithering old man.
I know.
So he goes to his quarters, and he's just, like, thinking about it, and then he, like, tells the computer to look up everything about the artifact. Yeah. And he didn't know, and again, Elnor didn't know about what the artifact was, and they're almost like, gotta explain it to him.
I know. Well,
he just wants to know.
He's been isolated. He has never left this monastery. He doesn't know anything. You can't.
God, just talk to the boy. God, like it's killing you. Not like you don't have 5 hours before you get there.
Exactly. Isn't it weird? It's like they just keep this holodeck program going constantly for Picard to his old house. I don't know why.
Well, again, wouldn't it be nice if it was set up to whenever he steps into the holodeck, it just starts up because he has a program.
Yeah, just give me that.
They don't even show it ever get constructed. It's always just running.
Yeah, it's like, okay, what a waste of energy.
I just want the black room with the yellow lines. I just want to see it one time.
All right, that'd be cool.
But he looks up all the stuff about Borg and everything, and he's looking through some old pictures of old episodes, and then he sees the Locutus picture of him, and then like lines up perfectly with his face, like, okay, we get it.
And it goes on a little too long. It goes on about 20 seconds too long.
Then we get, again, this ship looks awful.
It's bad.
But again, I always loved Trek ship designs. I always thought they were unique. They didn't look like any other sci-fi show. They looked great. This is some Battlestar Galactica thing.
It looks like a Famicom ship.
Yeah.
The NES.
Yeah, it's an old NES.
The one from Japan. That's what it looks like.
Not even the Super Famicom, the first one.
The family computer one. It looks like for little kids.
And
red and white.
Then we get a little scene for the ladies. Captain Reyes is like practicing his soccer skills or football. And he doesn't have his shirt on, and he's like, he's got a 6-pack, a little hair. It's like a beefcake shop, but I don't know why. And it goes on for about 2 or 3 minutes. Then what's her face walks out, and I jokingly said, "Oh man, they're totally gonna have sex," and they totally have sex.
And I just joking around too 90%, and guess what? That's what happens.
Yeah, I was joking, thinking, "Oh gosh, they're gonna do it," and they totally do.
After you kill the person you said you love the Maxwell, what a sick person.
That's what ladies do, man.
I know.
She had a murder boner, okay? Yeah. She had to get rid of it. Yeah. So it starts out like, oh, well, sorry, did I wake you up? Oh, no. And then she's kind of talking. And, of course, she's like in her little sports bra thingy. She went there for a reason. It was to get some action. Yeah. She needed a shot of vitamin Reyes. That's what she needed. Yeah. So they kind of start talking. And he's like, you could tell me anything, because everyone's assuming she's sad that the doctor died. But what's her game? She has to be part of that Vox Shaw people, right?
It's weird.
So she's kind of like playing that up too. I feel hollow inside and I'm sad. And of course, he's drinking out of a flask. So he's like whiskey or something.
And then he gets something to her and I'm like, what is it with the drinking in this series?
Yeah, let's get buzzed and go screw. That's Trek. That's Roddenberry's vision. There it is.
I know, right?
Splayed across the screen for us all.
Ridiculous.
So she takes a big old swig and they keep talking and they're kind of touching and then they kiss. And then they hold hands and walk in another room. Like, oh, they totally banged. That's nice.
And holding hands, yeah, exactly. Like, what's going on here? And then you almost wanted to say, and the other holograms and got involved.
Yeah, there's like, image, activate, the pleasure. Remember that gives the different images for different things?
The one engineer one, the one with the accent, and talks the Spanish guy.
Then we go from one sexually charged scene to another one. This dude's sister, someone mentioned in the comments before, it's very Game of Thrones, like, because in that show, brothers and mothers and sons and daughters, everyone was banging everybody. This isn't Trek. Trek doesn't do crap like that. So, yeah, the sister, kind of progress you made, my dear brother. Like, she's just this weird, very highly sexual, just everything about her. But this is your brother. Yes. It's creepy.
Stop doing it. I wish they weren't related. I really would. That would make it at least so creepy, but it wouldn't be.
So he has his little his Romulan cube
puzzle
box. It's a freaking Rubik's cube. Why couldn't it be something else? But she's like screwing with it. I don't know why you mess with this stupid little toy. Oh, it's not a toy. It helps me focus. You know how people have like fidget spinners that help them focus? Does he have a disability?
Are they saying like he's like Spock and has dyslexia? Is that what we're getting?
Or some type of Asperger's or something? Why is that a thing anymore?
They got rid of all that. They don't have those anymore.
So he's playing with this stupid thing and he takes a drink. I'm hoping it's water, but I'm assuming it's some type of alcohol because everyone's an alcoholic in this show. Everyone but Picard. He just drinks wine. He's just a wino. So he's like talking about how like, oh, I'm getting closer. I'm helping her unlock her mind. Because his plan is to get her to give up the information without activating her defense mode because she'll rip your arms off and beat you to death. Yeah. And the sister's kind of like, well, it's taking too long. And then, oh yeah, you do that by sleeping with it and everything because, well, he kind of is. So I guess he's doing double duty. He's figuring out what secret she has and he's playing,
It's kind of weird though. Is that it almost seems like, is she jealous? Like it's weird. Yeah. It's insane.
She wants that action. So again, more inappropriate face touching because that's creepy as all hell. And basically he's like, she's dreaming. And she's like, what do you mean it dreams? He's like, why would she dream? Why would they program that? It would be a waste of program. Why would you do that?
And then the sister stupidly said, well, that must be a defect. And he goes, no, that's not a defect.
Yeah,
There's no way
these beings are perfect.
Yeah, and see, in this scene, in this part of it, it's kind of interesting because they're talking about her, how she thinks and how she,
So in the dream, is it meant for a way for her to find her home again?
Maybe that's
like he put that in her?
Maybe. But then you don't know, but it could be.
So did Maddox make her or did Soon make her?
Well, I thought Soon already.
Yeah, but like, remember he said, but he took his research. Did he create another? See, I could just imagine all kinds of crazy things happening.
See, that's more interesting than.
Yeah, like I'd rather see like because in her mind, when she finally sees her father, it looks nothing like Maddox.
No.
So, but is that just another layer of?
Or it could be, I'm just going to put a false memory of what, and then she's not going to look like what I really look like, maybe.
Yeah, or something. Maybe. Well, anyways, he's like, no, this dream must mean something. It's going to lead us to where we want to go, and I'm going to help her get there. Yeah. And, of course, the sister's like, okay, I'll give you a little more time.
And then he ends up solving the box, and he opens it up.
And it's like a little lady. Yeah.
So was I supposed to be impressed by that? He goes, no, I just wanted to show you.
Yeah, because you need to be patient. You got to plan your moves and do everything, and she doesn't ever do anything like that. No. Well, she's classic Tal Shiar. Like, I want to go there and put a phaser in her face and blow her head off.
We don't have any power anymore, so.
Oh, but apparently they do. Later on, but we find out they have such much power. We have a treaty with the race that their planet blew up and all their people died, but we got to honor that treaty.
But we're not going to help save them, though.
So we get back to the ship, and the Ray's like, hey, Picard, the only reason why we're going to where the old neutral zone used to be, but there is no more neutral zone because they don't have any power.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever. And he's like, you got to have a plan, right? And he's like, okay, so this is when they decide, you know what? Instead of trying to sneak in, we're going to go in and just say, hey, we're on a diplomatic mission. I want to see the cube. Like, you try to be honest. Mm-hmm. And it was like, oh, that's stupid. That's dumb. Because even the doctor's like, oh, I'll say that I'm on a research thing and with my credentials. And like, no, that's not going to work. Yeah. Because and then Picard was worried that the Borg on the cube are going to recognize him as Locutus.
But they wouldn't do that.
But I didn't even think there was Borg walking around. But apparently there is.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
I thought from the previous episodes, the only Borg I thought were the ones that they were trying to help.
Yeah.
And they were like in that little room because we're all effed up.
Yeah.
So, but there's actual reclaimed Borg walking around.
That's so weird.
So I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
I guess, but why would they think would they, he's been so long, would they even think that? Like, it was kind of weird, but.
So he's basically, okay, we need a plan. So we need to go to Starfleet. Starfleet's going to give us like a temporary diplomatic thing because we have a treaty. And if they can't deny me if we have this diplomatic thing.
That does make sense in that point.
But what legs do the Romulans have to say any? It'd be like an act of war. War with what? What's left? A couple million Romulans, maybe?
Yeah, there's not enough to even mount anything.
What kind of military? They don't have.
Not only that, you have to figure the Federation at that point would outnumber their ships like 10,000 to 1.
Does that nullify the whole thing with the cloaking devices?
Yeah, there's no treaty against cloaking devices Federation anymore.
Yeah, so
it's not void. They can use cloaking technology now.
So I just don't understand what's this whole like. Oh no, we can't offend them.
And not only that, here's another point I'm going to say. This is from a pure Star Trek point. You don't think the Klingons would have went in there and took care of business? Of course they would have.
Look at that treaty. We're going to honor it.
Yeah, they'd have went in there and just took them over. So
they wouldn't have mind killing every last one of them.
Yeah. Are you kidding? It's a Klingons. It's so stupid.
Remember how ruthless the Klingons are in Discovery?
Yeah.
The fucking pansies in this one.
I know, right?
They're not even a mention.
No, it's not weird. Nothing.
Whatever.
Dumb.
So they need Raffi to call in a favor. And Raffi, again, drinking straight out of the bottle.
They're pulling out of bed like would you do someone who's a raging alcoholic. Oh, what's going on?
All strung out. So she like pulls out, she has her giant bottle of Jack Daniels or whatever and just...
So
everyone is a sex hound, drug addicted.
Let's just take generic stereotypes from 2020 and put them in Star Trek. That's what it is.
I do like the fact that she starts smoking her vaping drug thing, and Picard looks at her like, I thought you were done with this. He doesn't say it, but he can see it in his face. At least he gave her a stern look of disapproval.
Like, at least.
So she calls in some lady, and no, that was funny. She's like, oh, computer, connect me to subnet, like a drunk, like she didn't know what she was saying.
I know. So what was that again? You
Yeah, she did. Like, oh, what's wrong with the thing with the computer?
Mother computer, what from a baby?
Oh, God. So she calls it this lady we don't know. But again, they talk like they were old friends, but in this show, were they lovers too? Is that what this is?
And then did she say strung out to her? Or something to that effect?
Oh, that's what the way they speak to each other is not the way that Starfleet officers speak to each other.
No.
This is how to, hey man, remember back in the hood? That's how they talk to each other.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's not 2020. That we got beyond all this. That was the whole point of Trek, is that we got beyond all of this.
Yep, but they don't. No, of course not.
She's like, oh yeah, well what do you want? And she's like, oh, that's so mean to say. She's like, no, you wouldn't call me if you didn't need something. She's like, well, you know what? We kind of need some diplomatic stuff for Jean-Luc. He needs to go. So like, where is he going? He's like, oh, he's going to the relic. And she laughs like, oh, there's no way. He's like, no, he's going there. And she's like, no, I'm not doing that. All that stuff, and it's gonna be it's too difficult and everything. Like, what power do the Romulans have?
They have no power. You're telling me if they just in the John Picard that, you know, for instance, he's on bad terms with them, they wouldn't want to have response from that? You think first, oh, you just killed John Picard, that's okay. Oh, God, so
they have this weird back and forth, and her badge looks funny. I don't recognize it at all.
It almost had a Bajorn look
yeah.
to it, but they're not Bajorn, though.
Yeah, it has like a weird, maybe someone out there can look at this badge and say, hey, this is what that's from. But she's like talking to her, she's like, oh, come on. Not threatening her, but saying like, I know all your secrets too. And it's like, what?
Yeah. And she goes, well, we're on our way, and you're doing it anyway, so we're going to be there in 2 hours. And
she's like, oh my God, you dumb. So she goes, okay, 24 hours, just Jean-Luc, no one else, and I can get this done for you. Yeah. And then...
she's never called me again.
As a friend, never call me again.
Yeah.
Then the call ends, and just like every SJW ever thought in their lives, then they all clapped. They start cheering for her.
Picard's the one that starts it.
Yeah, he starts the cheer.
This is a self-validation crap that doesn't happen in Star Trek. You think after a mission when Worf and Data were done, yeah, good job. Like, it's almost condescending if you think about it.
You did it.
You did it.
And then they all clapped.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. And then it seemed like that doctor wanted to get on the thing. Oh, we're glad we're not getting on it. She goes, oh yeah, I'm glad. Like, did she want to get on that?
Probably.
Yeah, to do something.
And the thing is that. And then, like, after doing this, she's like, oh, she's all collapsing. And then Reyes has to, like, carry her back to her room. She grabs her bottle.
Gosh.
That's going to be the screenshot of Reyes holding her and her drinking the bottle. That's going to be the screenshot.
She's just being a paper bag. Why don't we just have
a
paper bag? I'm a helmet, man.
Your ship has got a corner store shell, so slips malt liquor. Yeah. So, after that, I'm like...
Yeah, and then a little bit before, Picard says, yeah, we can't go in there with your dark scientist thing, because they're just going to...
Yeah, I remember like, she had... Yeah. And so now they have clearance. Now they can go, and they cannot deny him because of that treaty. Get back to Soja and her 2-week boyfriend, and he's like, that tell me about that dream. Why does it keep happening? And he's like probing her like for information, and I'm thinking this is not a boyfriend. This is like a weird psychologist, and
it's too much.
You know him for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think, why didn't she think, hey, why is this guy so into what my past is? Yeah. Isn't that weird that he wants to know so much about me?
It is weird. I would think, it's a little... Especially not only that, a normal woman would be freaked out by that. Like, dude, you're being a little too, like, creepy. You're being too involved in me.
What about this?
Yeah, it's like, come on. And she didn't get any of that?
Get back to Raffi and Reyes. Reyes got her to her room and laid her down, and then he's talking to her. I guess they've known each other for a while. We don't know how long they've known each other.
We have no idea.
Just like her and Picard, we don't know how long they've known each other.
They didn't want to fill the blanks during the short tracks, what they should have been doing. I like it because I was joking around with the chance that they slept with each other 50-50.
Yeah, I'm like, did they sleep with each other in this episode?
I don't know.
But she's like, just talking to that lady, like, wiped her out.
Oh.
Okay. And she goes, how long have you known me? She's like, I've known you for a while. And she's like, I have a son. And he's like, I thought he was like, it's not mine, is it? Yeah, that look at his
Why
face
are you
like,
telling me that, man?
he's
I
like,
don't wanna know that.
I ain't paying no damn child support. But she's like, yeah, he's full grown. He has a wife. He's gonna have a kid of his own. And then she's like, basically telling her, yeah, you've known me, but you don't know everything about me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things. And he's like, you know what? And I do like what he says here. He's like, nobody gets it all right.
Yeah.
You got to just do your best. And he takes the bottle away and like lets her rest. I was
And
like,
then he has it said, you sold me 2 gold pressed platinum. They finally mentioned the currency they use. Finally, we didn't know there was Ferengi currency because we didn't know.
yeah. So I'm glad they actually talked about that because that was that's when he came back to her the second time.
Yeah.
So that was after this, where he
Okay.
comes back and he talks to her.
Okay.
And then he's like, oh, yeah, that she's still alive because they don't know that she's still alive.
Oh, yeah.
So because Picard isn't on the board, the cube yet. So we get back to Soja, and she's going to go talk to her mom again because remember he talked
The
about how...
doctor said all your conversations are only 70 seconds long.
Yeah.
That's it.
So it's like every single time.
He goes, no, there's no way. That's impossible.
Goes to the second at 70 seconds.
Yeah.
Goes, yeah, there'd be some disparity. And he's like, go talk to your mom again. What's going on? So he's planning all because the mom is just an AI.
Yeah.
But a pretty crappy one.
Why they make a more sophisticated one? Why would you have to go to sleep unless that's something that resets her? Maybe.
Yeah.
Keep you think that she's a human. Maybe.
Yeah, because she's I talked to my mom, but I fell asleep. So that's what happens every time she talks to her mom. It like activates a thing for her to fall asleep.
Yeah.
So she like tries to force herself to stay awake by like stabbing her hand.
And my goodness, when she falls asleep, the mom does the creepiest like little smile. Like, what is that?
Yeah, it's a little like.
That was a little scary movie. Like, wow, I don't know about that.
We get to the cube, and this is when they say only Picard and no one else. And that's when the doctor's like, "Oh goodness, I'm glad." And they're like, "Really, you don't want to be on there?" "Oh no, I'm relieved I don't need to go on there."
No, I say no.
Of course, and Elroy wants to go. He's like, "I'm gonna go with you."
You can't.
It's like, no, it is just for me, nobody else, because that's the diplomatic thing was just for one person, and it has to be me. So I'm like, okay, and then they go, they're gonna transport you in because they're not gonna let us dock in a specific area, like everything's gonna be super secret. I'm like, okay, and Picard's getting ready to go back on a cube, and that's kind of, I can see why that's traumatic for him.
To a point, yes.
I
like the scene when you see it because it was kind of dark and scary, but that's what a Borg cube is like. I will give the atmosphere was right on. I'll give it that.
He gets ready to transport. We get back to Soja, and then she wakes up again. She's like, "Oh, I fell asleep again." And she's like, "Why? I wasn't tired. Like, why would I fall asleep again?" So she starts collecting all her stuff, all her pictures, all her memories, her diary journals,
Yeah, it looks like
pictures.
It's like a lunchbox.
Yeah, she has like a lunchbox and everything. She spreads them all. And I like this scene. It goes on way too long.
I would have cut it in half. Would have been good.
But she's using her mind. She starts using that carbon dater thingy, and everything keeps saying 36 months, 36 months, 36 months.
Like
And,
ink on the paper.
yeah, everything's only 3 years old.
And this is stuff when she was a little girl. Like, how's that
Yeah.
possible? I'm only 3.
Her little doll, her doll pictures when she was a little girl, pictures when she was an adult. Like, what the hell? So she starts to like, something's happening. I'm only 3 years old, or someone's tricking me. But this goes on for like
way too long.
Way too long. So then we get back to Picard. Why did they transport him to an area with nobody there to greet him? To scare him?
Or maybe
To intimidate him?
Maybe Lucas knew that maybe having Picard separated from the other Romulans, maybe. That's I'm trying to think. Maybe Hugh was thinking that. I don't know.
But why not be there to meet him all?
I know.
So they let him like wander around for a little bit, and he's starting to get flashbacks about when he got assimilated and everything, and he's starting to like stumble
Great
around.
by the way.
I love it. Again, when I want a scary atmosphere, a Borg cube should be the most but should be so frightening because it's so not human.
The only thing I wish it was more green.
Yeah.
More green, but it's fine. It's more Tronish looking.
Yeah, it's a light blue.
Light blue, but whatever.
But maybe that's because it's disconnected from the network.
Maybe.
But I like the fact that a Borg cube is 100% function, no form. And that's not human. No. We like form in our function. So it should be scary.
Yeah, there's no art, nothing aesthetically pleasing. It's
you see just rows and rows of the base
legs,
for all the Borgs. Like, and he's just seeing these things like, oh God, I remember this so much. So he starts having like a little mini like flashback freak out.
Yeah, big time.
And then he starts getting grabbed. He's like, oh, get rid of me. Don't hold me. And they're like, no, they're just making sure you don't fall off the sledge. Yeah. And it's the reclaimed Borg, and they're just helping him. Mm-hmm. And then we see Hugh, and he's like, oh, Picard. And it's like, this is the part where it's like, oh, I like this.
I'm almost smiled at this part.
And he's like, oh, I doubt I'd never see you again. And he's like, on the Enterprise. And I'm like, oh, God, I remember that stuff so much. I love it.
Yeah. And he goes, I'm glad to see you again. Wherever you need, I'm going to help you.
Yeah, and he hugs him.
My goodness, why can't everyone else treat Picard like this?
He's almost in tears to see Picard.
What I wanted.
Because he honestly, God loves him because he knows everything he did for Borg reclaimed Borgs and the Federation and mankind and everything.
Why couldn't Egypt get this?
I know.
That would have been nice too.
You got check out Egypt's Twitter. It's so sad.
Oh, he's heartbroken about it. He really wants to fix it.
Like he talks about like, oh, I imagined Egypt becoming like in command and maybe getting his own ship and everything. It just makes you want to cry.
It's just heartbreaking.
So we get some niceness for Picard.
Yeah.
And they're walking through here. And again, this is all great. I love all this. He's like, you're Picard. You're no longer Locutus. And you and me are walking through here together like he's his friend. Yes.
Did someone actually get a Star Trek writer to write this part? That's what it seemed like.
And he's like, I'm right here with you.
Yeah.
It's you and me. And no one knows what we've been through.
No.
They have that special connection that they're both reclaimed former Borg.
Yep.
So they have that like we're brothers. Yep. I love this.
And the thing is, it's even worse for Locutus because with Q, he's just one drone. Locutus is responsible for killing countless Federation people.
Mm-hmm.
In his command, so that's gotta really.
Yeah, but he's the tell him you are Jean-Luc Picard.
Yeah.
Again,
I love
it.
But the only thing I would say is I wish they would have found the girl first and then.
Yeah, because.
But that's besides that.
But he's like, but what are you really doing here?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm looking for a young woman. She's a human. Her
name is.
Yeah, he doesn't say her name
because her sister.
Yeah, no, he starts saying I need to talk to her. Then he realizes, oh, you're talking about Dr. Soja. And he's like, yes, that's her. I need to speak to her. And right then and there, why didn't he go computer locate Dr. Soja?
Or hit his combat. Computer.
Yeah, like they go and have like a little mini tour.
Which I don't mind, but at this point, why didn't they
get it saved with this girl?
Yeah.
We get back to the Soja storyline, and she's telling what's his face like, I don't know what's going on. None of my stuff is older than 3 years. I don't know what's happening. And then he's like in psychiatrist mode. How can you explain this? Like he's trying to break down her walls so she realizes maybe you're not real. Yeah. So he's doing all this. She's getting super scared. He's like, but I'm here. I'm going to help you. Of course, she's lying. This is another thing where this is a Vulcan thing, not a Romulan thing. Oh, there's a special prayer we can do to help you through this. And then I'm thinking, is it going to do like a mind meld? Because it's kind of like
a mind meld abilities.
But it's funny because when he actually does it, it's more of a like a psychiatrist thing.
Yeah.
But they have like a ceremony, like a kind of ritual. Romulans don't
hate all that. They wouldn't have any of that.
It's all superstitious nonsense to them.
They think, oh, this is dumb.
Because they do it, so we gotta hate it.
Yeah. They've always been that way with Vulcans.
So they have their own like ritual stuff we never knew about. Yeah. Now they have 2 secret doors. They have a secret society that's more secret than Tal Shiar.
Gods.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So he's like, here, I'm going to take you to this place and we can do this thing to help you remember. And I'm like, okay, what's this going to be? Get back to Picard and he's getting like the tour and he's seeing some of the reclaimed Borg and they're all left up.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's because they've been Borg for so long. Like they couldn't give them artificial eyes so their faces are like all scabbed over.
Not only that, they're probably, the researchers are so thin, the Romulans, they don't have time to put into fixing these people.
So, I feel bad for these guys, but you know what? They're free.
Yeah, and he says, you know what, Picard, you could be a great advocate for these Borg.
Because he's like, Borg. I'm a Federation citizen, and so are you. We can leave when we want. These Borg can't. Yeah, so maybe you can make a push for these people to be free. Because they're free of the Borg, but now they have a new queen. They have a Romulan queen now. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I like that. God, Houston.
See, this part, why couldn't the whole series be like this? I would enjoy it. I'd actually think this was fun if you believe it.
And he's like, Picard's just happy to see these people gaining some normalcy.
And he starts to feel a little bit easy about it, not so, skittish about it.
Because they're like killing one lady's face, and you can see her face again without any of the implants. And she, even though she's still all messed up, to her it's like I'm almost me again.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, it's so beautiful.
And I think in the background, I see a Kazon, which would be cool.
Yeah, like that one guy they were working on.
I think that was a Kazon. That'd be cool.
So like then like okay, we have to find this girl you're looking for again. They don't just do the thing to find her.
That's something that annoys
me. Whatever. It's nice that you gave me this tour, this little med bay thing, but we got to do the most important thing, which is finding this girl.
And I get it. He did it for Picard too, to do all this, so he can say it's okay, Picard. It's fine.
Yeah, but he has someone here that literally loves him as another living thing. He cares about Picard deeply. This is what everything. Picard, everyone should be at least this nice to Picard.
Well, yeah, it's not even close. It should be, but they're not.
So we get back to Raffi and Reyes, and that's when he tells her, hey, you owe me 2 strips of latinum. He's like, what for? The girl's still alive. Picard checked in. And he's like, and Raffi's like, oh, that's crazy. Like, I just assumed that she'd be dead.
Yeah, I thought we're doing this because I just wanted just to do it, I guess.
But, so we get that little thing. So they're just waiting. Yeah. So they're like on pins and needles thinking, oh, God, he's on this Borg cube. But everything's going well so far.
Yeah.
Get back to Soja, and he's taking her to this secret room they have here. It's like a prayer room thing.
And then first the Romulan didn't want her in, but we don't let Rounders in here. Like, okay.
Yeah, just call it.
And the thing is, she knows how to speak Romulan, so she knows he just got insulted.
So there's all these lanterns and stuff in this room. Very Vulcan-ish.
We don't have any of this.
Oh, here, this thing. You start with closing your eyes, and he doesn't do like a mind meld. He doesn't do anything. But is there something, there's nothing mystical going on here. It would be literally like me going to a psychiatrist and laying on the couch and talking about my feelings.
Except we're doing it in a weird little maze with candle things.
Yeah, like you have to walk the path. Yeah. So he's like, okay, close your eyes. Remember your dream. And I forgot what this ritual is called, but it's called something. He's like, you're in control. Control your dream. So she starts to walk the path and starts to remember and everything. And he's basically like talking her through it all. So we get to see the rainy thing and she's walking on. There's like, tell me about it. It's raining. I'm cold. I can feel the hardwood floors under my feet. He said, good. Tell me more. Tell me more. What do you see? What do you feel? Things that you can ground yourself. So it's just like a talker through, like as you're walking. Now you're turning the corner. Here's the path of this. Like he's doing all these little things. It's nice that Sosa wasn't Romulan.
Yeah. See, why couldn't he have like someone on the ship that was a Vulcan and just did a mind one with her? Wouldn't that make more sense?
The sister's watching this. And there's a part where she like looks away from the screen, like she's looking at someone, but then turns back. Was that intentional? Was someone else in the room?
Or they were just trying to tell, okay, in this scene you have to do this.
Look back at the screen.
Sorry.
Because she literally looks away. So what is she looking at?
Was there someone there in the room with her like in the show, or was that just a screw up on her part as an actress?
I would like to think that there was another like high up there Tal Shiar person in there.
Yeah, they're so powerful again, so...
So they keep walking the path, keep remembering, and she's like, it's hard for me to remember. I'm scared. Whatever. He's like, you don't have to be scared. You can control your dream. So he's like, more talking. Then she feels the window. What's outside the window? What's outside the glass? I see rain. I see trees. Okay, that's good. Tell me more. Keep walking. Keep talking. She sees her dad working, and there's the orchids. He loved the orchids. He loved them like they were his children. And
I think that was just a false memory to like block what was happening.
Yeah.
So she couldn't see it.
But she's like, I can't see past the orchids. Yes, you can. You're going to hear your father yell at you, but don't be scared.
Yeah.
You are in control. Yeah. The dad yells at her. She gets scared again, but he's there with her. And he's like, okay, come on. We can keep moving. You're going to find out. You're going to see. We're going to see why you're so scared. Then she starts to walk the path a little more, get back to Picard. And they finally do the thing that we thought they should have done from the beginning. They go to her room and it's all thrashed. Yeah. And then he was like, oh, damn. Picard's like, oh, my God, she's in trouble. And he's like, what's going on? What is she? He's like, no time to explain. We have to get to her. Then he pulls up a map where all the people are. Should have done that in the first place.
In the first 5 seconds, he could have done that.
So it's like, oh, she's saying she's not on the cube. And because that's impossible. Yeah. But it's like, unless someone's trying to conceal her. Dun, dun, dun.
Why couldn't you do that the first time? Oh, she must be concealed. Okay, we'll look for her. Why couldn't we have done that?
Get back to the dream. She's walking. She's getting closer. She turns the corner. Her dad yells at her. And he's like, what do you see? What do you see? What does he look like? I can't see his face. His face is all blurred out.
Yeah. I don't think it was even a real person.
Yeah, I think it was just like they never programmed a face because she was never supposed to ever see it.
No, yeah.
But why do any of this at all?
Maybe her type in is that she's supposed to be like a warrior, like a fighter, and they want to keep her to be normal, so they kind of put in these false memories.
So weird.
But
why one that frightens her? Wouldn't it be a good memory? Something that was nice and kind?
Maybe.
It's so weird. Again, hopefully these are the interesting parts.
Yeah, maybe they're doing it because they don't want her to explore the dream. That's why they made it scary.
But why do the dream at all? Then we get this kind of really nightmarish looking scene. I'll show it because it's just like a marionette. What do you see on the table? And it's like a wooden doll version of her. I doubt she's...
Straight up Pinocchio. Yeah. Totally.
So I'm like, why wouldn't she look like how Data looks like underneath? Like all those lights and everything? Why is it like a doll?
I mean, almost I got no strings hold me down. I mean, what is this?
She looks like, know what she looks like? Those little mannequins you pose when you draw.
Yeah.
Because it has like the ball joints.
It's not like scary, creepy. It's just a little odd. It's just odd looking. I'll just give it that.
And then he's like, what else do you see? Look up. What do you see? I see 2 moons and I see lightning. And I guess that's enough for them to find this planet.
But how do you know that's even the planet where they're from? You don't know that. That's a stretch.
And how many planets in all of Trek could have 2 red moons? And they say constant lightning. How do you know it's constant? How do you know that?
You wouldn't know that.
What if it was just a dark and stormy night?
When they say, I just saw lightning on this planet.
Yeah, so he got his information, and he
said she was more specific about it, like she said the name of the planets.
Yeah, there's a letter.
System,
there's a letter on the thing, and it's addressed to my father. What does it say? Read what it says, and it'll say like the planetary system or something.
Yeah, perfect. Nope.
So they find the information he's looking for. It's okay, good, you're done. And she's like, what does that mean? And he's like, well, it means we know where your home is. And she's like, well, what does that mean for me? Well, that means your journey's over. And she's like, what the hell are you talking about? He's like, well, bye, Soja. And she's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? He walks out, locks the door, but he opens up that puzzle box.
Oh my God.
I think he's going to kill her.
I was like, wow, I thought you cared about her. I thought the whole thing you didn't want her to, yes, you don't want her to activate into killer mode, but you cared about her. You're going to just kill her like that?
So he opens the box and it gets a red radiation gas. And it starts to leak out, and he locked the door, and it's starting to like burn her.
Yeah.
I'm like, why didn't she? Because she started banging on the thing. I'm like, why didn't her strength just rip that door right off the hinges?
I know.
So instead, she starts to activate her self-defense mechanisms, and she like tears through the floor. Mm-hmm. But why was this thing taking so long to kill her?
I know.
Didn't the other soldier die in seconds?
I know.
So whatever. So he like wanted to watch her die.
Suffer? Why you just shoot her? I mean, why would you even go?
Yeah, get real close to him.
Yeah, why would you even?
He wanted to watch her suffer. I don't. So she breaks through the ground and jumps through, and I thought,
falls 2 feet. No.
Yeah, like she only dug a foot, thunk, and didn't even go anywhere. Damn it!
Dang.
But then they keep scanning the thing, and they're like, "Oh, she's in between floors. We have to get to her. We have to get to her." They start chasing to where she's supposed to be, and Picard and Hugh are running through this area, and one of the Borg looks over at Picard and goes, "Locutus." And then he's like, ooh, and keeps walking. I thought, wouldn't it be so effing cool? Because I thought, okay, there's going to be some type of showdown here. Go, wouldn't it be awesome if all those Borgs came to Picard's defense, thinking he was Locutus and he had to protect them? And he had like command over them.
See, that's the thing. If you're going to make it where they would still remember he's the cutest, or to the point even though they've been disconnected, make that happen then.
It doesn't happen. Cool. That would have been so awesome. Like they had a phaser to him, and then one of the Borgs just grabs it and pulls it away.
I would have given this episode to see if they did that.
That would have been so cool.
That would have been cool, but we're...
And then they're just standing there, and Picard would be like, what's going on? And he's like, Locutus, give us orders. And they're like, oh man, he's got himself a little army. Like that. I know, that would have been cool.
That would have been cool.
So they're running through the halls they're looking for, and then she like falls through the floor. Yeah. Like from the roof.
Well, she was close, but they didn't know how close she came from the top.
And then he's like, Soja, I'm a friend of your father's. I knew your sister. And he brings the necklace to her. She's like, oh my God, you have my sister's necklace. Yeah. I tried to help her. She came to me for help. I couldn't help her, but I can help you. Come with us. But she's like, I don't know who the hell you are. My boyfriend just tried to kill
me. Hey, you got to trust me at this point. What do you got to lose?
I had a crazy dream. My boyfriend tried to kill me. Like, she doesn't know what the hell is going on. But she kind of just reluctantly believes him, because she also knows who Hugh is, the director. So like, oh, if this guy believes Jean-Luc, she probably knows who Jean-Luc is. So like, okay, I can kind of trust you, because he's like, come on, come with us. They're gonna come and get us. And that's when I thought the Borg were gonna come to his aid. No,
that'd have been so cool.
Like, oh no, Picard's in trouble, but he can't. We can't get him out of there, because I guess there's. But then what's face gets on there? Oh, that's so stupid. It doesn't make any sense how he got there. Yeah. So they're running through the halls. And then Hugh just stops and looks at a wall. Then he hits some buttons, and there's, I guess, a secret room.
Like, oh, what's this about?
And then even Picard goes, what is this? He's like, but you know it's here, right? He's like, I do. I goes, I have no idea what this room is, but my Borg, what was in me, knows where this room is.
But he goes, it was something that was simulated after your time.
Yeah, well, the transporter, but not this room. Yeah. This secret hiding room was something that's just in Borg. Like, they just instinctively know it. And that's funny, because even after everything's been removed, Borg, they still feel it.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I kind of like that.
Well, because it's like you're one with the ship almost. So
but he's like, hey, we got this transporter. We got it from this one alien race. Didn't he say it has some like a light range of like freaking
40,000 light years? So man, you can get way out of there.
It's like a super transport, and it was meant for if the Queen was ever on a cube, to get her out of there. So they're doing it for the cutest. How awesome is that? So then they have it so like they're like, okay, it has to take a while to charge up, because I would imagine, because it's so powerful.
Yeah.
But they're coming for us. I got to, he's like, I'll stay behind. Hugh's like, I'll stay behind and get you where we need to go, then erase the information so they can't come after you. Yeah. Hugh, I love this man. He's literally going to probably throw his life away for Jean-Luc.
He is probably my favorite character of the series, because he's acting like a Star Trek character.
Do anything for Picard.
Yeah.
Anything.
Didn't even hesitate.
He doesn't even know who the Soja girl is.
No.
He just knows that Picard wants her saved, and he's going to do it.
That's all he needs to know. And that's what
Picard said jump, and he said, how high? damn, I love this man.
I mean, you almost think, yo, you sure you're not mistaken with Michael Burnham?
Yeah, I know, right? But they're like, okay, and it's funny because Soja's all her self-defense things are coming up. She's like, I can hear them coming. They're going in there. So this part.
And this part gets a little downer.
It's so stupid because it makes no sense. How do you fucking get there? Where's the kid? So Elron made it to the cube somehow.
How did he even use a transporter? How did he not do any of that?
He held his breath and jumped.
Oh yeah, he's on with his sword.
So how did he get to this room? How did he know where they were?
I had no idea. How would he know?
But he's there, and the soldiers show up, and he ninja sizes them.
Yeah, but again, remember, he's not that good, though. Remember that. He's not better than the women, though, right?
I like the fact that he killed all these people, and then he's like, I'm here with you. Mm-hmm. And because I told you not to come, he's like, well, I didn't listen. He's like, well, thank you for that. So they're getting the transport ready, and he's like, I'm going to stay behind and hold them off. Yeah. And he's like, no, you're coming with us. He's like, no, I'm going to protect you. And then this was kind of nice. I like how Picard goes, I'm not leaving you behind again. And he's like, that makes me happy to hear you say that.
Yeah, but I have to.
But I have to protect you.
And then I thought the friend called the captain, meet me on this one point. And they're like, what? Come and get Picard? He goes, yeah, just meet me there.
He's like, yeah. He's like, he's thinking in his mind, like, that's so effing far away. Right. He's like, don't worry about it. Just meet us there. Yeah. We're going to get there before you do. He's like, what the hell? Yeah. And then, they step through that transporter. So Picard and Soja are safe. And it's Hugh and Ninja Boy are going to take on.
But again, he's the director. They're just going to go against the director now?
Kill him?
Yeah. Yeah, you're telling me that's how much faith they have in this treaty where the Romulans have no power. Yeah. That's so ridiculous.
Then you see the door shut and you hear the people coming and then you hear Elroy say, choose life. And then because that's what he's going to do. But if they're down the hall with Phage's hut, but again, he's going to just fly through the air, the door shut, end of episode.
Well, because remember, he's crouching tiger hidden dragon, so he's just going to fly around.
All the stuff with Hugh, 10 out of 10. I love it. I can't get enough of stuff like that.
Because it's so real the way it would be treated.
It's like 7 minutes in a 57-minute episode.
7 minutes of bliss.
Yeah.
Out of this garbage 47-minute episode. It reminds me of the last 5 minutes of Discovery when they're on the Enterprise. That's really like, wow, this is Star Trek. This is cool, I just love the fact that he sees Picard, he hugs him, tells him he cares about him. Thank you for coming to see me, and I know you need something, but just to see you again. And he talks about remember on the Enterprise and to be a free Borg. I'm like, oh. And he only interacted with Picard twice.
And he loves him. He loves him to death.
That's how everyone should treat Picard. You should be kissing his butt almost. He's the hero, the savior of the Federation. Not this F you, Picard. You're so stupid.
But what a fun couple of good fun moments in an overall bad series.
Yes.
So I don't know. Yeah, D- if I had to give just for those moments.
Yeah. If they would have did the thing we already did with the Borg, it would have been a C.
That would have been so effing awesome. So cool, the other Borg thing just turned around and started attacking the Romulans because protect Locutus and they all there and they all just swarm. That would have been pretty cool. I would have thought that was awesome.
That'd have been sick.
But next week it looks like that's the Riker episode.
Yeah, the thing that gets me though, they still want to go after this girl. Why do they care? They got the whole planet. Who cares?
I think because they want to kill them all.
I guess, but get the planet first. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They go. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah,
I care about one.
You have all your enemies in your palm. I'm gonna drop them and go chase after the one. Just kill all them, then go after that.
Why would you exactly? It's stupid. It just doesn't make sense.
But yeah, I want to see where this goes. I want to see how it ends.
Yep.
But
and I'm hoping the more bliss with him and Riker. I'm pleased let it be good. Please.
Let it be good. Just sitting on the dock talking about old times.
That's fine. I could watch a whole hour of that.
They're just sitting there.
Remember that one time we did this? Yeah, okay, that'd be awesome. And they show some flashbacks.
Remember we had that teleport thing, and there's that other Riker, and he lived his life differently.
Yeah, that was William.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was good.
Because
it was funny. Well, why didn't they say it was the Iconian mirror? Because Iconians could do that too. They could go step through a thing, and it takes you to distant planets. Thousands of light years away. That'd been cool. But
hopefully this next episode, Riker just put that smile on my face.
Just give me 7-8 minutes like this episode gave me. That's all I'm going to ask because I know they can't give me more.
Yeah, out of 58 minutes, give me 7, please.
Just bliss. Oh, gosh.
Crimson Saint here. Thanks for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single upload. If you have any tips or story ideas, hit us up on Twitter at C15Podcast, or better yet, join our Discord server, link in the description below.